guys, it's Young with Friends. It's your girl V.
And this is Willis.
And we're here for another week. Episode 30, you said?
Yep.
Season 4, episode 30. My. I
knew you was going to start saying
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I mean, my ancestors called me. You know what I mean? You got to say it. If you've never tuned to Drunk with Friends before, it's, we drinking, with friends. Getting drunk. A little tipsy, a little something, talk about some topics, some controversial, some you may agree with. Overall, we just like to have some fun. We start off with a shot, we end off with a shot. If either one of our phones go off with volume, which I did turn mine up today, then we have to take a shot as a penalty. By then, you should have your shot poured because why not?
Yeah. Take these shots.
We can even accept a mimosa, a gulp or something,
Something.
A little, broaden the horizon.
That one hit. Oh, man.
I feel like every time they leave a bottle down here, it gets stronger. Look at your face. God damn.
Yeah, man, that one hit. Whew. Okay, I'm alright.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that face before.
that was different.
That joint tastes like that pepper roll we had. It seemed.
Oh, I hated that.
Oh my god, y'all! I don't remember the brand now, and I can't speak on that brand because they may, one day listen to us and sue us. But that too. They tasted disgusting. Tasted like pepper in it was just bad. It was just bad. And I don't mean like a spicy pepper, like a habanero type of thing. No, I mean like salt and pepper. Like it tastes like pepper, ground pepper. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. But we managed to get through it. I actually think we threw away the last bit of it. The last bit of it because it was like it gets worse the more further down the bottom goes.
Everyone shouldn't have their own tequila.
Agreed. Shout out to
y'all go to Mexico one time. You want to come back with your own agave? Nah. Keep the shit.
Which agave is this? Is this a guave or guave? Like it's an off-brand agaves or something because it's not hitting. It's not hitting at all. But anyway, you want to start off this week? Or you want me to start off?
Let's start off.
Okay.
Got some good news for all of our fast food lovers.
Oh yeah.
McDonald's announced on Twitter that on April 27th, which is 2 days from now, or when this released tomorrow, then, the Big Mac sauce will be available as a separate condiment for meals, so customers can now dip, drizzle, and dunk their fries, chicken nuggets, and more. What the fuck, y'all? Why y'all been in this?
Agreed.
That Big Mac sauce been fire forever. But I'm happy y'all doing this. We'll see. I bet y'all gonna charge us like 50 cents a pack or something like that. But I wouldn't want to dip my fries in there. I would just put it on like a sandwich that's not the Big Mac.
I hear you. I've never been a fan of Big Macs.
I just like the sauce.
I've never actually been a fan of McDonald's outside of when they had those salads, those shaking those salads. I love those salads. But, as a kid, I'm going to hit the mic. As a kid, you always like chicken nuggets. But as an adult, that was a struggle meal. When they had, 10 or 20 nuggets for like $5?
Oh, yeah.
For in college years. What?
The dollar menu would hit right on time.
It used to hit all the time. And the fries used to hit for all that.
Yeah.
But, now, it's a definite no. I think I stopped eating McDonald's in 2011.
God damn.
Yeah, and the one time I did it, I think I chanced it on a whim. Couldn't find nothing at a rest stop type of situation. I got so sick, like within 30 minutes. I got fucked my stomach up because I haven't had it, and I was like, oh, maybe it was bad. I was like, no, I literally purged like that from my system, and it just thinking like, a little McGriddle. Oh, nice to be fired. The McGriddles.
Oh yeah.
Fire. 30 minutes. My stomach was. I heard they charging like $3 for hash browns now too.
Really?
I heard.
I ain't been back.
Them Joes was 99 cents. Why is that? Why is one potato that's been?
Everything done gone up. I realized. What was it? The restaurant, the bar spinning. I went to Miss Toya's. We both.
Oh yeah,
we went different days.
Ironically, they didn't even set that up.
I know, right? That was easy too.
To what?
100, easy.
Really? Oh, that dinner must have been more expensive because I think me and Shad's breakfast meal came up to like 90 something.
Oh, okay. I went for breakfast. We went to dinner and we had drinks.
Oh, true. Yeah,
it adds up.
Well, if you add, because we had a 25-minute wait because we went there for breakfast, so I got a first round of drinks while we were waiting. So if you add that with the bill, then it would have been like maybe $120, $130.
Yeah.
So I can see now.
Yeah, and that's what I got that lobster pasta. That was like $60 right there.
God damn.
Yeah,
it
was good. It was
you went
fire.
to Miss Shirley's though, and they served that Miss Shirley's. Are you talking about
Miss Tia?
Miss Toya's? You're talking
which
about
one's downtown Silver Spring? That's Miss Toya's.
Oh yeah, we went to different places.
Oh okay,
I went to Shirley's Cafe.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and that's on my list to go. So me and my fiance made a point that hey, especially after the wedding, that when we go on our date nights, at least twice or 3 times a month, that we're going to scratch. We have a restaurant list. We're going to go to one of them each time.
Yeah, go to Miss Toya's. The food was great.
Really?
Yeah, Leona was like that was some of the best. Like it was like they had sweet potatoes, but they had like marshmallows burnt on top of it. That was good. The mac and cheese was good. The pasta I had was good. The honey biscuits.
Yeah, I'm hungry now. So let's get this pod going. I am hungry right now. Like I feel like I've been like intermittent fasting all week because I've just been crazy busy. But yeah, all right. So all that said to say, go and get your Big Mac sauce if you want.
We were just fat.
We were just being fat.
I was just thinking about food.
In the DMV area, go check out Miss Shirley's Cafe, and then
Miss Toya's
place right there. All right, so get into some topics. I have one that I want to play, and I think we've touched on this topic once or twice before, but I want to get your view on it. All right, and here we go.
So it's like all of a sudden, now women are getting surgery for themselves. No, they're not. Yourself ain't looking at your fat ass. Yourself can't see your fat ass other than in a picture and in the mirror. Man, you're getting surgery because you want attention from a certain type of man. You're not getting surgery because you want to look at yourself with a fat ass or because you're insecure with your body. Good. Because if your body shape became in style tomorrow, you would do everything you can to revert back. If boxy girls, if up and down straight slim girls, if hips was not hot, y'all are getting your hips removed. So it's like, stop acting like you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing that for yourself. And now there are times where you have a baby and things drop or things pop and you want to put it back. We're not talking about you.
That's different.
But the majority of y'all, especially you 19-year-olds that didn't even get a chance to get hips and 20-year-olds that didn't even get the chance to get it, y'all are doing it because you want validation from a certain type of guy. You see the girls that are winning and the ones that are getting the Bentleys and the Maybachs, and you want to be like them. So you're trying to get your ass fat and you're trying to get them titties big. And it's just not.
But they don't promote how many girls that get that change with their body and then they don't live that life.
And like, they gonna eat me up for this and I'm okay with that. But it's just like, love yourself. Give yourself a chance. Did you go to the gym for a year? Did you lock in with your diet for a year?
All right. So I think, like I said, I think we touched on this before. But this was an alternate view. What I'm about to bring up. And they was like, I disagree with her.
Okay.
Just like how girls wear makeup for themselves, and just like we wear extensions to make us feel more confident, you don't wake up in the morning and say, let me put on makeup for attention. Sometimes women get surgery to feel more confident because they are insecure about something particular. Other times, girls constantly go to the gym and don't see the results, and they got money to fix it. Sometimes, even society, with all their opinions of a perfect body and a perfect woman, can affect a female to get a procedure done. Even trauma. So she said she's sad to see another woman talk on females this way. Open your mind just a little and try to understand. Don't shit on another woman and claim she does it for attention just because you wouldn't do it to yourself.
That's one perspective. I get that.
Right. So how do we feel about this? Do we feel like that they just do this for themselves? Like the core or the correlating I say issue or trigger is the fact that they're just not confident in themselves and they want to feel beautiful. So they're getting the BBLs done. Not for God, but for themselves. Do you feel like that's what they're doing it for?
I think both can be true, to be honest with you. Because I do think there are women that do it intentionally just to get whatever guy or rapper or superstar, or, you know, even to like the strippers. They don't do it because, you know, they want to get more money. So I guess what's popular is having, you know, the big butt and the boobs and the boob jobs and all this other stuff. So I think it could be both, because I could see it, like, if they're doing it just to boost their own confidence. But don't they kind of run hand in hand sometimes? So
sometimes they run in hand. It's kind of sort of like one of those things where, like she mentioned the makeup. Yeah, they may do makeup to make you feel better because you're insecure about acne or, raccoon eyes or whatever.
Right.
But in all actuality, it could also relate to the fact of you feel insecure about that, and that's also not what men are attracted to acne and to, bags or whatever. So it could be a twofer, but I don't know. I do feel like just like everything has a beginning.
Right.
I feel like that's the same for BBL. It's like, I feel like it comes from a place of not loving yourself.
I can see that.
Because the first one is like, hey, it's because of my insecurity. That feeds into not liking something about yourself, right? And then the other option is like, oh no, they're doing it for a guy. They're doing it for a guy because they don't like themselves the way they are, and they know that in order to get this attention, they have to change things. So I feel like it all still stems from the same thing of not loving themselves.
So I guess it's pretty much what's the end goal, because if you use the makeup analogy, it's like you're not putting on makeup just to go to the Walmart around the corner, but if you're going out to brunch, you might put on makeup.
Right.
So it just depends on the circumstances. So the end result you're looking for. Not to say you're going to brunch to find a nigga, but you want to look some type of way to going to brunch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
makes sense.
These women, sometimes they just want to look some type of way.
I mean, I've seen some women I've seen some women wear a whole full face of makeup to go to the gym. Like, why?
Wow.
Why?
Yeah, that lets me know you're not there to really work out.
Why? You're blotting your face. Like, I was just like in the gym. What was it? Monday? Tuesday? No, today's Tuesday. So Sunday night. And I was like, yo, she literally patting her face. Like, I'm like,
some still want to look cute while working out.
I mean, I get it. You don't want to look like a bum, but that's the one place you can look bummy, and no one's going to judge you. I mean, yeah, you could be with your matching two pieces and your whatever, but
I done seen women in there with whole ass bonnets. I'm like, oh yeah, she about to get a workout in.
Me too, and I respect it.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at you. Like, I wear the little the sweat band around my hair to cut sweat, because I'm like, I don't want to mess up, natural hair, poofs up, all the other stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I get it. So again, it all goes to like, what do you see is the actually underlying issue?
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, I love the fuck out of myself, and like someone that's a real outgoing, like Cardi B or what's her name, Suki.
Yeah.
I think that's her name, right?
Sukiyana.
Yeah, her. I didn't mean like the podcast Suki. Hey, Suk, but not her, but like the other one.
Yeah. I got that song.
Yeah, whatever.
Want to switch.
Whatever.
His ass.
Yeah,
she wild, yo.
She wild as fuck, bro. She wild as fuck.
Wild.
But I don't mean like them. They elude confidence, right? But I feel like, especially for like Cardi, she talk about her journey of like getting work done and stuff. Like, yo, in order for me to get bread being a stripper, I had to do certain things. Then y'all say that y'all didn't fuck like this. I had to get a bag. I spent a bag on my teeth. Like, she changed herself, even though she knew her teeth. She was real. I know my teeth fucked up. I know this.
Right.
So she was confident in it, but she still changed for what needed to be perceived for.
Because she had a goal. She had to do A, B, C to reach that goal.
But my thing is, was it her goal, or was it what they wanted her to portray? The look that she did.
I think that was her goal. I mean, she winning.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not winning. That's not the part that I'm debating.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Because, and then also, you got to understand, like, most of these women that are doing it, I mean, no, never mind. I take that back, because I was going to say most of them are young, but I know some people in their 30s and 40s are getting their bodies done, too.
Yep, all them Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac, all those cities, they doing that shit for appearances.
Yeah, so, but also it's one of the things, like, you can't change your mind. Look at Black China. She got her stuff taken out.
She's getting it taken out, the fillers.
No, she got it.
The fillers taken out?
She looks small. I don't know. I'll show you the pictures later, but yeah. So, she realized that's what... And that time, when she was young, trying to be a stripper, that's why she did it. Because that's what gets you more money. I had to get the body. Now that she's older, more established, got kids, I don't want this anymore. K. Michelle says she wanted to get her stuff taken. So a lot of people are starting to regret it, to be honest.
Hers went bad, though. K. Michelle's went bad.
Yeah.
Like, she Then she like bust one open. Something happened. Something that was bad. That was,
yeah.
Oh, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about it more of an underlining. Like, what's the underlying issue? What do you think? Even out to the guys now, they're getting these abs done, and they're getting some tummy tucks. I just saw the statistics of men getting tummy tucks are rising.
This guy with tummy tuck, they be teasing him about it.
What's the guy? They be like, I'm delivered. He just got a tummy tuck like yesterday.
I know you're talking about,
Caldwell, something like that.
Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew Caldwell.
Yeah.
He just got a tummy tuck. Like, Jason Lee, he got a tummy tuck. Like, granted, I know the consistency of what the men that are doing it, but I'm just saying, is it still the bottom line of not loving themselves? Yeah. Or is it just because of the profession that they, and the type of attention they want to receive from whoever?
I saw. Did you see the article with the dude? He added inches on his legs. They got like extensions.
I think I heard something about that. He had like one leg at a time or some shit like that.
Yeah, and he had extensions put on that because I guess he wanted to be like 6 foot or something like that.
Yeah,
you can do that now.
What the fuck? I'm gonna tell my husband. Hey yo, right before the wedding,
I need you to be 6'4".
That way I can go ahead and have my my heels on. Yeah. My high heels.
That just sound painful. I don't want to do none of that shit.
My thing is like, what happens when you run? God forbid if you think you
gotta probably learn how to walk again though.
That's a lot of physical therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got bread for it to do it. I guess you're gonna do it, but I'm
not me.
Nah, it's not me. I'm just saying, guys, love yourself. I know. Just saying it.
Love yourself. Yep.
Just saying it is like supposed to be like, oh, that's easy, but it really isn't. Sometimes you don't like what you see. Sometimes you don't like that you don't have the energy to change what you see. Mm-hmm. Or you don't like the fact that, hereditarily you're built this way, Well,
you brainwashed.
Yeah, that you're beautiful is a certain look. Yeah. You could be beautiful, skinny, fat, tall,
light skin,
short,
dark skin,
dark skin, freckles, ginger, blonde. Fucking, what's the condition like Winnie Harlow?
Vitiligo.
Yeah, that beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's beauty. Just gotta love yourself, and then have the confidence to stand by your truth. But anyway, just want to bring that aspect of that.
All right. That topic. So, follow Miss Iyanla. Iyanla fixed my life.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I love her show.
I'm traumatized by her. What? I'm just. She be yelling at everybody.
Yeah. But anyway, share that message on one of her posts this week, and it kind of spoke to me. So I'm going to share the message, y'all.
It don't hurt bad enough. That's why you're still there. I know it's horrible, it's difficult, it's sad. I don't care how much you whine, how much you complain, how many stories you tell, and how many people you tell the stories to. It don't hurt bad enough. That's why you're still there. Because the day it hurts you bad enough, you will get up out of there, and nothing in the world is going to be able to stop you. Hopefully that day is coming.
Now, the reason why that spoke to me, right? Because Aquarius, we've been accused of turning our feelings on and off. But I remember, and it was kind of weird, and this was before I got married, all the other stuff. One of my exes did some crazy stuff. And, I forgave, but then, they did it again, and it's just, one point where, my feelings just shut the fuck off. And I was just like, I'm done. Like, when you say you're done, you're done. Mm-hmm. There's nothing in this world that could have stopped me
from being done.
Yeah, nothing at all. So it's just like, a lot of times when people are in relationships, they want to work it out. It's not enough. Because when somebody's done, they're done. Mm-hmm. So, how you feel about that?
I agree with you on the Aquarius thing about not being really open a lot emotionally. So it's like when it happens, and
it's easy. Yeah.
It's easy to shut it off, on it off. But because you like, if it's somebody close, like years invested or whatever, you try to, as much as you care, you will try to work it out.
Right.
There's a saying that I've seen plenty of times online. It's like, you'll know when a woman's done when she stops trying. Women are the ones, you're like, oh, she's nagging, right. she's yelling, she's arguing, she's mad every time she wants to talk. Those are literally the signs of her fighting for y'all's relationship or her point of view or even friendship. Let's bring it down a little lower level, even friendship.
Wow.
That's her. Like, I'm not going to say names. I know 2 friends of mine who I feel like I've been the glue that stuck us together.
Yeah.
Us three together. When I come into town, that's the only time when, let's say, party C comes to see party A.
Gotcha.
And I live in a whole different state, right?
Gotcha.
So party A is like, yo, if you ain't around V, I don't see this person, and I've known this person longer than you, you know. And it's like, oh well, you know, maybe just busy, or maybe just this, and we'll talk to them. They've had talks, I say, over the past 3 or 4 years, and it was just to a point where party A just got fed up. She was like, you know what? You only want to be around when I'm up. Like, I throw this event, you want to be there. I throw this event, you want to reap the benefits, but you're not here when we grind, or we need help, or I just want to go out to brunch with you, or I just want to have a movie night in the living room. Like, you're not around.
Right.
So I know you were bringing it up on your level, but even down to friendships, people can get fed up of having a one-way relationship.
Oh, 100%. I think call for a lot of people.
People can get really fed up of having a one-way relationship, and that doesn't mean that you hate them. And it doesn't mean that you also got to stay in contact. You can love people from afar, and you can also wish them best wishes, and pray for them and all that from afar. But that doesn't mean you need to give so much of yourself. Just like that. I know you've probably seen that, maybe like a reel or whatever, when somebody's connecting to you and they're draining your battery to the point they take all of it out of you, and you're left down on E.
Right.
Like, how does that work? And when it comes down to a relationship, it's like, yo, I'm trying. I'm doing therapy. I'm working on my own self, and I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm not receiving the same energy I'm putting out, or I'm getting like dragged, or I for me personally, like you said, you brought up your sign. As a Gemini, I don't like a lot of fucking people. Like, I don't.
You're one of the most social people I know. This is crazy.
I know. I'm the most social person, but I don't like a lot of people.
Gotcha.
So when I say that I like people, I mean that, like, yo, I consider you a friend.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of associates. That's a given. I do. I'm a social person. I'll talk to a random person at the bar. Hence why we're here drunk with friends. All right.
100%.
I'll talk to anybody at the bar. I'll talk to anybody in any set, because like the worst thing you can do is be like, all right, like give me the energy that you want to be left alone, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, I've always felt like, whatever you put out there, you should be able to receive back.
100%.
Good energies. But back to what I was saying. When it comes down to a relationship, though, if I feel like I'm overextending myself, and I'm the only one cooking, or I'm the only one cleaning, or I'm the only one fighting for us, or I'm the only one making futuristic plans, I'm the only one putting money in the savings account, I'm the only one doing shit, and you're not doing anything, or you're like, oh, I will, or like, or you make it seem like it's a big deal that I'm venting about that this is what's happening, and you're not trying to change, then that makes me shut down, and I be like, all right, whatever. True. What am I overextending myself for? I might as well put this money in my savings, just so I can move.
You didn't do shit.
So I can go to my next move, so I can focus on me. You know what I mean? And that's when a woman shuts down, and she don't start nagging and start talking about plans or whatever. She'll still cook dinner for you, but overextending herself to talk about, asking about your day and sitting up, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's also goes into like when you give relationship advice, right? First of all, like sometimes a person just might want to vent to you. They don't need you to solve anything. So it's no need. And that's why I really don't, like, my friends can tell me whatever, but I'm not going to specifically be like, hey, leave him or leave her. Unless they're like, it's abusive. Then I might say something.
I'm that person. I will tell you.
Whether it's abusive or not? Or
what? Just
the situation's not right.
No. Like the situation right, I'll be like, nah.
But here's what frustrates me. So if I tell you you need to leave and you keep staying,
then I stop saying anything.
Right.
On that point.
But that goes to what Iyanla said. Like, you're going to be done when you're done.
Right. That's true. And nothing that anybody can say to you will change your mind. And I learned that the hard way. I learned that, and honestly, it cost me. Well, I won't say it cost me a friendship. With a friend, I was like, "Girl, you need to relax. It's just too many people in the same circle that you're doing this, that, and the third with. Like, chill. Like, it's not a good look. It's not whatever. And this person that you're talking to now, he's not gonna feel you this way. And oh yeah, I got you. I know. And then 2 weeks later, what I said comes to pass.
Right.
Then you're venting to me. I'm like, So I'd be wrong if I said I told you so, right? Then that comes off like a dick, right? But I say that, and then it was like, see, I knew you were going to say that. I'm like, because and I'm not saying that I'm like your mom and I know things that's best or whatever, but I'm telling you, as a third party, outside looking in, unbiased,
I can see the bullshit.
I can see the bullshit, and I can see how it's looking from other people that are going to try to take advantage of you because they see the bullshit too.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think I even said it on last podcast when we had my fiance on. I'm like, thing is, you don't know how women think. You don't know like how the game is played. Like, so when I say, hey, I see this, it's not of a jealousy standpoint. It's not so much of an insecure standpoint. It's because I don't trust bitches, and that helps me see in a different light than other people would. Most people see people and they're automatically trusting, so that it makes them blind to the bullshit.
Right.
If you go into a situation where not trusting anything, you can't be surprised.
That's true too.
Not saying, everyone's untrustworthy, but I'm just saying.
Everyone's untrustworthy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, everyone's untrustworthy until they prove otherwise, right? All right. And I think other people's saying is like, I'll trust you until you fuck up, in so many words. That's other people's, and I'm not that way. I'm the opposite way. I don't trust you until you show me that I can trust you. And maybe, again, that could be from trauma and underlying issues and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that's my safe space.
Yeah.
Right? And when you come back to the fact of, I done told my partner this, and I've told my partner my triggers, and I've told my partner my issues, my insecurities, and I told them this and this, whatever. And it's literally going in one ear and out the other. Oh, I'm ready to leave now. I just saw an episode on shout out to The Equalizer. If you haven't watched it, it has Queen Latifah in it.
I watched the movies. I think I've seen one of the show.
Oh yeah, the movies is with Denzel, but the show is actually really good. It's been on for a couple seasons, and the episode was literally the typical example that you would probably think of with this, of being like domestic abuse.
Gotcha.
Like that's normally when you hear this topic, you think of a domestic abuse type of situation. That's why I brought up different scenarios with friendship as well. But domestic abuse, they're like, when you get tired of getting beat up, and she was like, no, he only get mad sometimes because he's overworked with this, and he only hits me for the but and Viola was like, but what happens if he hits your boy or he hits you in front of him? He's like, no, I make sure he doesn't hit him or he doesn't hit me in front of the boy or whatever. Literally that night, he was mad because she made turkey spaghetti instead of beef spaghetti or whatever, and he went the fuck off, just like started like going off on him, and then the son sees it and tries to help his mom, then he smacks the kid on the floor. So that at that point, that was, I guess, her fine line at that point, like, I'm done.
Yeah. Like,
you can beat on me, but don't touch my child. And that the motherhood kicked in respect of that. And then she decided to leave. But it's like, it should not take that much to make you leave. It shouldn't. But when you're like, Ivana, when you get to that point,
yeah,
I mean, what can you do? You just do what you gotta do for what's best for you.
Yeah.
And establish those boundaries. And that's for all things, for friends, for relationships, and for, those domestic situations.
And for jobs. Fuck these jobs.
And for jobs. No, facts. Like, all jokes aside, even for jobs. Especially if you're, like, getting overworked and underpaid. Especially if, like, there's no recognition that's being happening for you. Mm-hmm. Like, enough will be enough where you be like, you know what? I'm working 5-6 projects and I'm not even getting paid 6 figures. But Joe just walked in the door 2 days ago and he making more than me and only on one project. What the fuck? How does that make sense?
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
I will give this what's this new generation X? No, Y, Z? No.
This is
whatever. These kids got it right. Fuck these jobs. Like, if you ready to go? Ready to go. Like, this whole loyalty to companies and stuff.
They call it quiet quitting.
Yeah. Oh, that's when you stop, like, working as hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these kids just leave and just job hop. This whole notion of working at a job 20 years and retiring, that's dead.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing that. For what?
Yeah, especially if, like, before they used to stay there because they're like, I have my 401k and I have my stuff with that job and they're matching. Da-da-da. Now, you don't even need to do all that. You just go to Fidelity, go Lexington Law, whatever, and start your own shit.
Pretty much. And
then you just deposit how much you want out of your job.
True.
Literally the only thing you got to do because it's getting drafted out of your bank account, not out of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But anyway, That was a good topic.
Okay.
Diana. She be giving me my feelings.
Speaking of word.
Really is. Alright, so I'm gonna play my topic. I found this to be very interesting, the statistics of it all, which in a way kind of coincides with what you were talking about, but it sucks. The only reason I would say it sucks for women. That's all I'm gonna say. It sucks. Alright, I'm gonna let y'all listen, y'all can understand. Alright, here we go.
You said that married men live typically longer than single men. Married women don't typically live longer than single women, and in fact, we probably die earlier.
Men live longer because she makes him go to the doctor. She yells at him when he's texting while he's driving. I mean, it's like she's the supervisor. She's the super ego, if you will. And they're taking care of their brood. Women live less long because of the chronic stress from the men.
When I heard you say that, I was like, well, what do we do about that? Like, and in fact, actually, what do we do about that?
You take care of yourself. You know, when you're on a plane and someone says if the cabin pressure goes down and the masks come down, put yours on first. And women don't do that. I have seen they take care of everybody else and they don't take care of themselves.
Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? So, married men typically live longer than single men. And married women typically live less than single women. And the core reason of that is because we're busy taking care of everybody else first. That's crazy.
Well,
Like I'm thinking like, wait, I'm getting married a couple months. Wait a minute. Let me reevaluate this. What's my life expectancy looking like?
but I think it's. All right. Women are more nurturing.
Okay.
Facts. But also, I believe a lot of women, not nowadays, because it's starting to shift. Shit's starting to shift. And it's a good thing. I think women are programmed as little girls to work, like, I don't want to say servitude, but like, you know, to care for the husband, to care for this. Like, you play doctor, let me help you, or you want to help people. Very more, where guys were kind of more reckless. As far as, like, I guess, I don't know. Like, you know, it's the old thing where, like, you know, guys, you know, their foot gotta be hanging off and get them to go to the doctors. You know what I'm saying? Literally, but, you know, your wife is trying to make you go because she cares and all this other stuff. Like, one thing I learned about dating women, and it freaked me out at first, but women, especially when they're dating you and they're in love with you or about to get married to you, engaged to you, sometimes they love you more than yourself.
Yes, they do.
And that's crazy to me. But they want the best for you.
Yeah.
So that's why they probably live longer. Because you're doing all this stuff and not paying attention to yourself. We talked about it earlier. Sometimes, you know, you can't, your battery drain, you can't keep giving if your battery's empty.
Right.
And that could be in relationships or anything.
Yeah.
Back to the work. It could be work, relationships, friendships, all ships. So I can see how that statistic is facts. But I do see women bossing up, taking care of themselves, and it's starting to shift.
Yeah, I can see that. But when you're saying the women doing more work, that kind of still tells me that they're still overworking themselves. They're still overextending themselves, which still probably contributes to their life expectancy rate.
Yeah, they're stressing themselves out.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny hearing it. Like, it's like someone is willing to give so much of themselves over time, over years. Granted, they said I do, right? Get it.
Cool.
But through sickness, through health, you know, all of that, I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting that to be, you know, so extensive to the fact that it would damage their health.
Because I don't think they realize it. Because it's so natural to them.
Yeah, and that's the part that behooves me. When I heard it, I'm like, bro, what?
But it's also, like I said, now women are getting wiser, smarter. So now, don't be afraid to take those breaks, those mental breaks, or just go on vacation by yourself, or treat yourself, spa days, things like that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Those the hobbies. Pick up a hobby. Do something. I know my mom. She does the book club and all this other stuff. Like, you gotta find little things where it's like a stress relief, and you're really not focused on anything. Something to make you happy.
Okay, I can see that.
And not depend on someone else making you happy.
So the one thing I haven't heard as either one of us said in this whole thing is for the husband to take stuff off her plate so she isn't as stressed. For him to step up and actually take care of himself. It's still in her moral court to still take care of him. You know, like, it's like,
I can see that.
I'm gonna say, like, I know a lot of men, like, as far as male friends, and, like, for instance, for you, you're more organized. I can see you being like, yo, I saw my doctor, I did my annual checkup. You're more on top of stuff like that.
Go recorder.
You know what I mean? Like, you're more on top of your stuff like that. Maybe because of, you know, previous health reasons or just being consciously aware. You're like that. My god brother, he'll go to the doctor and my toe hurts. He'll go to the doctor. You know, it's the stereotypical guys. Like, maybe shout out to Dula. He may be the ones to be like, I'm alright, I'm cool. You know, like the ones
talk about it.
Even I was shot upstairs. I don't remember the last time he was seeing his PCP. Like, PCP is not the drug, primary care physician for everyone.
I remember when he dropped his bike, he didn't go.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I was so pissed, but you know, neither here nor there.
You care. You care more than him.
Well, yeah, and then we later on find out that he did have an injury. You know what I mean?
You fall off a fucking motorcycle,
bruh.
Nigga, let me fall off a motorcycle. I fall. Can't go. Ambulance. I'm not moving. Fuck that shit.
That part. That fucking part. But
I was ignorant. Part in my 20s, I would have got back up and be like, oh yeah, I'm alright. Alright, put some Neosporin. Alright.
Yeah, alright. We're gonna go and do this.
See how I feel in the morning.
I'm done.
Niggas used to do that. Niggas still do that.
You're so dumb. But I said all that to say, it's like, you know, it's not... Out of everything we say, I don't hear a lot of guys being like, oh yeah, I'll do better. You know? Or if it is, the only thing they'll probably agree to do better is maybe their diet. Or like, I'll go to the gym more. But as far as, hey, I'll take the planning under consideration. I'll plan out this week's schedule of, you know, who's doing what or whatever. You know, that's never... it's not gonna say it's unheard of because I'm sure some couples do it, but in my culture I haven't heard it a lot. I've heard it, but not a lot.
I think unfortunately for men or some people, it gotta be life threatening to get them to change. I mean, older people know, oh, got that sugar. All right, let me stop eating all these fucking sweets. Or you can't eat all this salt, so let me try something. They don't do it until it affects them living. Like, it gotta be extreme, even though you've been calling it for the past 10 years. But that doctor tell him 10 years later, you need to stop this or you're gonna die. Okay, I guess it's about time for me to start. And you'd be like, nigga, I've been telling you this.
I've been telling you this shit since 19.
Exactly. So let's just like, yeah, I know. Just start. It's guy brain. That's the way we think.
Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out because I thought the statistics were crazy. It's like, damn. So for me to live long, I gotta be single. For me to live long, and I be literally what they say, emotional damage.
You take care of yourself.
Yeah. Like, it's like I'm only worried about myself, so I'm not overextending myself. But then on the flip hand, y'all live longer if you have a person that's technically just taking care of you.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
But then y'all supposed to lead the way. Never mind. I'm not going there.
In other ways we can relationships is give and takes. One person might be better at one thing than the other person.
You got a point there.
Yeah.
Right. We'll give you that, I guess.
All right. So you guys can find us.
Yes, go and tell them.
On YouTube, most importantly, like and subscribe. Was it DWF Podcast?
Yeah, DWF Pod.
Find us on Instagram, Drunk with Friends with a Z at the end. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Find us on all streaming platforms. So we're at iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Alexa. What else? Podbean. We're everywhere. Google Podcasts. Google us. we're there. And new episodes every week. YouTube drops every week. If you want to be a guest, holla at us, slide in our DMs. We're nice.
Ish.
Yeah. And we can do some collabs or do some things. And I guess with that said, we can pour these shots.
We're gonna pour these shots.
This is a good pod.
It was. I think it was very informative.
Yeah, very informative, especially with these relationships and stuff, man.
Bruh.
Relationships hard, man.
What the hell just happened? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to work this out. My phone's acting stupid. I think it was very informative.
One new phone.
No, I mean, I've had it for a while. It's just learning on some. Ever since I've switched service providers, shit's been weird.
Who you with now?
I'm a Verizon, and like I was in the gym the other day, and like I had no signal. It said SOS. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, this means it's roaming.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
But you can cut off the roaming feature. I'll show you how to do that later.
Yeah, do that. All right, guys. Sorry, y'all hear about my trouble relations. Cheers.
Cheers. See you guys next week.
Next week.